A big one for us, as we've been working on upgrading our ERP system, has been a tight collaboration with particularly our finance and administration department and the secretary there. We've been working on very much streamlining the way that we do business as a state. So our cash processes, our financial management, working with the controller there and the secretary for the state. We think, in the process of the upgrade, what we're trying to do is really lift the way we do business up, and so it's been a great collaboration. I mentioned before ERP. That's been a significant improvement in terms of the state, and not just the technology of the upgrade there, but as I mentioned before, really modernizing the way that we do business as a state. In that regard, that's been great. We've done a lot in terms of public safety communications, trying to modernize there, particularly be prepared for digital communications and a convergence that we see coming, and then just many other areas of just every chance we can optimize, consolidate, and bring efficiencies to bear. In terms of talent and technical demand, our challenges are talent and technical demand. I would say that what I'm seeing is that the demand for delivering IT-enabled services is falling on not just my department, but every department. So I think what you're seeing is a strain across the agencies that I serve, my customer agencies or that I oversee as CIO, being increasingly expected to do more. And with our talent, kind of stratified across the enterprise, it's becoming difficult to meet those needs. One of the things that we're working on that's a work in progress, that will take some time for us to see direct benefit, is a mandate really from the governor to establish a better presence for our businesses. So in terms of their interaction with the state, and what that's forced us to do is to evaluate individual agencies and their processes. And I think what they're finding is they're discovering just how complicated their own processes have become. And so that's the point that we're at now. Probably will start to drive some direct benefit in terms of the way they individually do business. But the hope is that when we were able to deploy a centralized web presence for businesses to interact, that we'll also have a better process behind the scenes. Well, I take kind of two answers to that for the question. The IT organization itself, I've got a very dedicated, core team that we're working on essentially modernizing ourselves internally. So really reevaluating the office of the state CIO and figuring out ways that we can start to drive better business partnership with agencies, from strategic planning and governance, enterprise architecture, that sort of thing. And so I've just got some folks that we've moved into place there that are very strong and very dedicated to what can be fairly thankless at first. In terms of what we can be known about, I think I've talked about some of the steps we've made with business systems and functions and things like that. But also New Mexico continues to be very strong in terms of the public safety broadband initiative. We get a lot of press and visibility on the work we're doing as an early builder state, and work to support public safety and first responders ahead of the FirstNet deployment. I came into this more from a research perspective, so I had what I would say is a pretty shallow understanding of government, in particular, the politics, the lowercase p politics, and how to interact with various state agencies and public officials and such. So, I'd say for me, by necessity, right, I've had to learn the ins and outs of government in order to get things done. So for myself, it's been a broadening perspective. It's coming from a technology background, it's not just technology. You have to learn, the soft skills. You have to be able to work with people. You have to communicate effectively. You can't just rest on the merit of, a great research paper or something like that.